The Premier League is back, and June the 17th marks the historic date where after 3 months, finally, football returns to our screens. Arsenal and Manchester City are set to restart this Premier League season with a mouth-watering clash at the Etihad Stadium. There is a slew of unknowns associated with the restart. We don't know how the lack of crowds will impact the players or what physical condition they will be in after such a break. But according to David Ornstein of The Athletic, Arsenal players have been in pretty good shape, and Arteta has been pleased with their fitness and the training sessions that have been conducted. Before the suspension, Arsenal was showing signs of improvement under Arteta and were building momentum as they remain the only unbeaten Premier League side in 2020. They also won their last 3 Premier League games, as well as keeping 3 clean sheets in their last 4 matches. Manchester City, however, are going to be a stern test for Arsenal, having beaten them in each of their last 6 meetings between the clubs. Arsenal don't have a great record at the Etihad and have lost in each of their last 3 trips there in the league. In fact, Arsenal's record away from home against the top 6 is abysmal. The Gunners have gone 25 away games against the top 6 without a victory, and their last win came at the Etihad all the way back in January 2015 in a famous 2-0 victory. Arsenal and Arteta will have to reverse this trend, and the absence of crowds may go in their favour as it reduces the home advantage for Manchester City. Arsenal have 10 games to play this season to close the gap and get into the Champions League places after a 3-year hiatus. And Manchester City have given teams like Arsenal, Tottenham and Manchester United a boost thanks to their 2-year ban from the European competitions due to breaching financial fair play. This means that finishing in 5th place might be enough to send Arsenal to the Champions League, and the Gunners are currently 5 points off that mark with a game in hand. It is imperative for Arsenal to take something away from this game to boost their chances, and a shock victory might give the Gunners the momentum they need to end the season on a high. Manchester City, formation 4-3-3. Edison is in between the sticks. Left back will be Zinchenko, who Pep seems to trust more than Benjamin Mendy. Aymeric Laporte returns at centre-back after recovering from his knee injury earlier this season. Partnering him would be Englishman John Stones. Kyle Walker, who's had quite a rollercoaster lockdown, starts at right-back. In midfield, Fernandinho will return to his favourite spot as defensive midfielder after deputising at centre-back for large parts of the season. In front of him will be the pairing of world-class players David Silva and Kevin De Bruyne. On the right of the front three will be the skillful and tricky Riyad Mahrez. Raheem Sterling will play on the left flank, and the man who scored a hat-trick in this fixture last season, Sergio Aguero, will start up top. Arsenal, formation 4-2-3-1. In goal is Bernd Leno, who's been one of the standout performers for Arsenal this season. Starting at right back is Hector Bellerin. Arsenal do have a few options to choose from at centre back, but we think they'll go with David Luiz alongside a rejuvenated Shkodran Mustafi. And finally, completing the back four is Kieran Tierney, who has started in both of Arsenal's friendlies last week and has recovered from a dislocated shoulder he suffered in December. Ahead of him in the midfield is the man on loan from Real Madrid, Dani Ceballos, and alongside him, the Swiss international Granit Xhaka. On the right-hand side is Arsenal's record signing Nicolas Pepe. Tasked with creative responsibilities in the number 10 role will be Mesut Ozil. On the left wing is Arsenal's captain and talisman Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. And up top is Alexander Lacazette, who gets the nod ahead of youngster Eddie Nketiah. Manchester City have been beaten 7 times this season and have looked vulnerable on the counter-attack, and it's down to the former City assistant manager and current Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta to exploit those weaknesses. In the defensive third, Arsenal need to maintain their defensive shape and remain compact. Crowding the central areas is imperative to not allow the likes of De Bruyne and David Silva the space to wield their magic. The Gunners should look to push the City team wide and force them to whip in crosses, which the likes of Luiz and Mustafi can deal with more easily. On the counter, the pace of Aubameyang and Pepe can be used to get at the fragile City defence and exploit the likes of Zinchenko and John Stones, who is prone to making errors. Manchester City this season have been susceptible to conceding goals from long shots, either directly or from deflections and rebounds, mainly due to their broken press in the central low block area. Players such as Xhaka, who is an excellent long-range shooter, or even Ozil and Ceballos could look to exploit City's weakness. With Kyle Walker tucking in inside as an inverted fullback to protect the Man City's right side from counter-attacks, we could see him nullifying Aubameyang. But this gives Nicolas Pepe a great opportunity to exploit City on the right wing when Zinchenko goes further forward. We've seen in several of City's losses this season against the likes of Norwich, Wolves and Manchester United that they're vulnerable against teams who press them intensely in the middle and low block, don't let their creative players have time on the ball and attack them with speed in the offensive transitions. And we could see Arteta going in with a similar approach to try to get a result from the game. Aguero versus Aubameyang. The two talismans are neck to neck when it comes to the Golden Boot race with 16 and 17 goals apiece. However, Aguero has been way more prolific and efficient this season and has played almost 1,000 fewer minutes, averaging 88 minutes per goal this season compared to Aubameyang's 136 minutes per goal. Aubameyang is the more accurate shooter with 40.6% of his shots that are on target compared to 34.8% for Aguero. Aubameyang also averages 0.25 goals per shot compared to 0.2 for the Manchester City man. There has been some criticism for Aubameyang when it comes to his record versus the top 6 teams, while Aguero seems to thrive against the big teams. So this is the perfect opportunity for Aubameyang to step up to the plate and prove his doubters wrong when the team needs him most. Ozil versus De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne already has 16 assists this season and is nearing Ozil's best tally of 19, which he managed in 2015-16. The two creators have been some of the most prolific assisters over the last decade, but their performances this season have been incomparable. This is evident in the statistics, as De Bruyne has a staggering 14.7 expected assists this season compared to only 2.3 for the German. Furthermore, the Belgian has made 92 key passes and 133 passes into the final third this season compared to 36 key passes and 59 into the final third for Ozil. The Belgian is firmly in his prime, while Ozil's best days are way behind him. However, Ozil has improved under the management of Arteta and has the capability to guide the Arsenal side to a rare win away at the Etihad. Ederson versus Leno. Ederson is widely known as one of the best keepers in the league, but Bernd Leno seems to go under the radar and has been one of the most consistent performers for Arsenal this season. Ederson, in fact, has conceded 3 errors leading to goals this season compared to 2 for Leno. If we look at the difference in post-shot expected goals compared to goals conceded for the two keepers, it's evident to see the impact Leno has made. Ederson has conceded 23 goals this season and has a PSXG of 23.1. with a difference of 0.1. Leno, on the other hand, has conceded 36 goals but has a PSXG of 42.2 and a difference of 6.2. This shows that Leno has been superb for the Gunners and his elite shot stopping has spared Arsenal 6 goals this season. The game on Wednesday will be a busy one for the German, but will be the best chance for him to showcase why he should be regarded as one of the best keepers in the Premier League. This fixture also sees the student return to the home of the professor. Arteta spent 3.5 successful years in Manchester under the tutelage of Guardiola and will now get a chance to show his former employers what his Arsenal team can do. Will Arsenal finally buck the trend and secure a historic away win, or will City once again prove too good for the Gunners? We'll have to wait and see. But whatever the result may be, one thing for sure is that after such a long break, we're just delighted to finally have football back again. Well, that's it for today, guys. Thank you very, very much for watching. So what do you think? Arsenal got any chance against Manchester City? Can they pull off a real shock win? What do you think this final score is going to be? Leave your comments below and don't forget to smash that like button if you enjoyed the video and subscribe here to AFTV. See you all soon. Football is back.
Back again, yeah?
AFTV will be bringing you comprehensive coverage of every game from now until the end of the season.
Football's #1 narcissist is back.
AFTV, back again.